Kibbutz Nir Oz is a small kibbutz in Israel's western Negev. It is located 1.7 kilometers, barely a mile, east of Khan Yunis in the Gaza Strip. Fields of potatoes, avocado groves, and pomegranates cultivated by the kibbutz separate between Gaza and Israel. Up to October 7th, some 100 families lived on the kibbutz. 400 people, men, women, and children. Here we were born, here we brought our beloved spouses, and here we gave birth to our children. It was the home we had dreamt of. We wanted what our parents wanted for us, a simple life on the land that we plowed, sowed, and watered with love, while nurturing our dreams and hopes for a safe and peaceful future near the border. In Nir Oz, children always slept in the reinforced secure room because we had less than 15 seconds to take cover from the minute the alarm was sounded. We called this normal life. This is what we adapted to. We believed we were being guarded and told our children and ourselves that although we saw Gaza from our porches and fields, we were protected by the army and by our country. On October 7th, the morning of Simchat Torah, we awoke to a different reality. As the hours passed, it became excruciatingly clear that no one was guarding us or would come to our aid, and our community would be forced to fight with our own bare hands against hundreds of Hamas terrorists who came to murder us in our homes. Around 1 p.m, 6.5 hours after the attack began, the last of the pillagers left the kibbutz. More than an hour passed before the first security forces entered the kibbutz. Not a single shot had been fired by the IDF in Nir Oz. The army did not fight in Nir Oz. They came only hours later to extract the massacre survivors, all wounded in body and soul.
We heard someone talking, and we were wondering if it was Hebrew or Arabic, and it was Hebrew. They were knocking on the door. They were saying, it's the military, it's Tzal. So we opened the door, and I remember like the sight of my house was insane. We couldn't believe like that this is what is happening like 2 centimeters from the door, and this is where we're at and we're alive. Like everything was black and burning, black. And I remember that like we couldn't see. It looked like it was night, like we couldn't see. And the smell was terrible. It was like it was hell.
On that Shabbat afternoon, Amit and her children, when they left their burning home, still hoped that their grandmother Carol, their aunt and uncle Johnny and Tamari, and their cousins Shachar, Arbel, and Omer, who lived next door, were just injured and would meet them in just a few minutes. An entire family, mother, father, 3 children, and their grandmother who lived nearby, never made it out of the house next door.
So many bad things happened there that Saturday, and it's impossible for me to go back to live there. And I'm also very determined not to put my kids in a situation that they need to relive the trauma that they've been through for the rest of their lives.
In our temporary housing, a high-rise building in Kiryat Gat, the children leave their bicycles and muddy shoes at the entrance. It's the closest thing we have to our early lives at the moment. There, we are still waiting for those who haven't returned to us and are being held hostage by Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Luckily, we are a solid community and choose to remain together with the hope we can keep growing even stronger until we can rebuild our homes somewhere else, far from the border. We cannot pick up the ruins of our lives and rebuild our homes above the gates of hell. This is a mission, perhaps, for others who were not there on that day. But we can gather our families and memories and move on to another place. The State of Israel was founded by Jews who came a long way to create a new and safe world for themselves and for others. We are asking for the opportunity to rebuild our community somewhere quieter. We need a promise of a different future. From the windows of our new homes, we want to see the sky, not a fence.